Thanks for your company. Great to have you here. Member of former President Mahama's campaign team and MP for Ododo Diodio, Nii Lantey has revealed that the member of the security detail who slapped multimedia journalist Parker Wilson while he was covering Mr. Mahama's campaign at the Pentecost University as part of his 5-day tour of the Greater Accra region has been identified and suspended. It will be recalled that about a month ago, Parker was left visibly bruised with part of his face swelling and his right eye teary, and after the said security man hit him in the face for insisting to gain access to the former president with his cameraman. A statement issued and signed by spokesperson for the former president, James Ejenim Boateng, shortly after the incident, saw the ex-president or contained the ex-president's apology and an assurance that the issue was being investigated. Speaking on the AM show this morning with my colleague Mama Viewusu Abuaje, the MP for Ododo Diodio revealed the suspect has been identified and suspended.
The person who assaulted Parker has been dealt with.
How?
And he's no more around the campaign.
So he's been identified.
Yes.
He's been identified.
Yes, the security.
So how was he dealt with?
The security. One, he's been suspended. He's been suspended, and you know what steps have been taken by the office to make sure Parker is appropriately compensated and Parker is appropriately.
But this is a crime, assaulting someone.
Yes.
And we know that the police were supposed to be coordinating with the campaign team.
I am very optimistic. The last time I talked to James Ejenim Boateng, the office is coordinating with the police very well on this issue, and the police are preparing. Whenever they are ready to take action, the person will be handed over to them for the police to take it. And we will not condone that act. We will not support any assault on any journalist, whoever it is. It is not right. As I sit here.
Just finally, is the appropriate punishment the suspension? That's what the team.
As far as our side is concerned, but then the
so
rest.
He's on suspension for how long?
This is not.
He's on suspension for how long?
This is not. I will not be able to tell you, but what I know that he's on suspension indefinitely. I'm sure, because James did not give me a specific time, and once there's no time limit to it, I presume it's indefinite.
So is this enough? What more should be done? We are joined on the phone lines by Executive Director for the Media Foundation for West Africa, Suleiman Ibrahima. Good morning and thank you for your time, sir.
Good morning.
Is this action by the main opposition or the former president, who also is hoping to lead the main opposition later in 2020, is this action by this group enough?
Well, I would say that it's a welcoming development. It signals the fact that, well, such acts of violations or abuses wouldn't be countenanced. And given that it is coming from the camp of the former president, whose aide, when he was president, acted in a similar way, and there was a campaign, and that campaign was not heeded to, I would say it's welcoming. But having said that, I think what's most important is not to just end it because they say they've identified the person and suspended them. Because as we know, assault is a criminal case, and I'm happy that Multimedia didn't also just talk about it or complain about it, but went ahead to report the matter to the police. So now if people from the camp are saying we've identified the person and suspended him, I believe that they would do the right thing by cooperating with the police, helping the police to investigate the matter. And I think that is what is even much more significant. So we look forward to the police now taking over the matter and thoroughly investigating it and, serving justice where justice must be done.
Mr. Ibrahima, one may argue that you and I cannot verify if this man or whoever it is that hit my colleague has really been suspended, because we don't know who he is, we don't know what he looks like, so we cannot verify even if he's still moving with the president. Do you think naming, shaming, and even showing this person would be deterrent enough to other people?
Well, I think Honorable Nii Lantey is quite an integral part of the former president's campaign team. And therefore, if he has come out publicly to say that the person has been identified, I believe if the police has any difficulty in identifying who the person is, I'm sure Honorable Nii Lantey can gracefully assist in that regard. And as I indicated, what is important for me is the police investigating the matter and then we pursuing justice for the victim. Whether or not the person would still be moving with the former president is another matter. If the police investigates and the matter will go to court and the court decides that what he did was criminal, and therefore some sanctions apply. Depending on the nature of the sanctions, the person could still be moving with the former president, but would have then taken note of the fact that you cannot commit such acts and go scot-free. In other words, impunity cannot thrive. And I believe that would also serve as an example for others who may be harboring similar intentions against not just journalists, but individuals who they feel they have done something that they don't like. And as I indicated earlier, for me, the police action is what we should all look forward to at the moment.
Thank you very much for your time this morning. Suleiman Abrahima is Executive Director of the Media Foundation for West Africa, sharing his thoughts on this revelation by a member of former President Mahama's campaign team, which indicates that the gentleman or a member of the former president's security detail who assaulted or hit my colleague Parker Wilson has been identified and suspended. You're watching Joy News Desk with me, Bernice Abubedu Lansa.